What's on, everybody, and welcome to When They Cry. So this is actually a visual novel game. Now it is also an anime. Now I have seen the anime and I haven't watched the game, and the anime is pretty messed up. So without further ado, we're gonna start playing the game. Please do not lament. I will forgive you even if the world will not forgive you. Please do not lament. I will forgive you even if you will not forgive the world. So please tell me, what will it take for you to forgive me? I hate this. This sound is disgusting. Ugh. If I was going to be ripped apart anyways, having my body ripped apart wouldn't have been far better. Would have been far better, sorry. I trusted her. No, I still trust her. Even in this very moment, I trust her. But I'm starting to realise I only wanted to trust her because I refused to accept the truth. It was as if I was trying to convince myself in such a silly, sobbing voice. And those tears making a mess of my face. That mechanical, repetitive toas. Oh, I missed that completely. Only the cry of this. Yep, whatever. And yeah, I felt as if I could still hear her voice. But that's not possible. She's no longer speaking. The only one crying is me. She never cried. Even when she repeated those words over and over, she never expressed any emotion because there were none to show. If she had no tears to shed for me, then I shouldn't need to shed any for her. Then why? This pain, my eyes getting moist. Why was this happening? I still wanted to believe I hadn't been split apart. That's enough, right? Inside me, an inner voice whispered gently. My spirit had suffered enough. And countless times I've wavered over whether I should just throw the battered thing away. Except I've stubbornly refused to do that, haven't I? I'd feel better if I just threw it away. Even knowing that I choose to believe, didn't I? Only I can understand that painful struggle and appreciate it. Hey, me? I've tried more than enough. I'll acknowledge that much. So, isn't it alright to just take the easy way out? Besides, I'm not throwing it away. I'm leaving it behind, with her. Like flowers by a grave. Now then, calm your nerves. Even though you can't feel your right arm, just lift it up. And with every swing, forget a little more. That kindness made me happy. That adorable smile brought me joy. I liked petting your head. I loved how demure you were. Because this will be the last time. Because when I swing this down, I'll forget. This is my first and last bouquet for you. Perhaps I really did love you. Somebody has been apologising for a while now. I wonder what she's apologising for. It felt wrong to eavesdrop, so I tried to ignore it. It had been a while since I last went to the city. I only returned to attend the funeral of a relative. Even though I'd lived there until last month, I found the bustle of the city to be overwhelming. Those skyscrapers and the multi-lane roads, the melodious cafes of the side crosswalk, not sidewalk. Even the campaign speeches blaring in front of the station felt nostalgic. Yep. I can't speak properly, guys, today, so I'm sorry. The place where I live now isn't nearly as lively. Bleh. There's only the chirping of locusts and the babbling of brooks, and the cry of the Higurashi, the evening charades, I don't know. Rather than making me feel lonely, the quietness had begun to instill a sense of serenity. There is nothing where I'm living now. I don't just mean there aren't any burger joints, there aren't even vending machines. No music stores, no restaurants, and no arcades. Even an ice cream parlour would be unlikely. The nearest town has some stuff like that, but it's an hour away by bike. But come to think of it, it wasn't really a big of a deal. There were music stores and arcades and ice cream parlours, but it wasn't like I ever hung out at any of them. I had lived in the city for 10 years and never once been to an ice cream parlour. I should have gone at least once. It's only now that I'm starting to regret that a little. Somebody is still apologising. Who is she apologising to? She's apologised so much, so just forgive her already. There's no reason anyone should ever need to apologise so much. I started to feel a bit annoyed at whoever was refusing to forgive her. No matter how bad the mistake, there's nothing that can't be forgiven. There's no such thing as irreparable mistake. You just need to be more careful next time. She's still apologising even now. Then, has she really done something that can't be fixed? I have no idea what she's done, but if it can't be fixed, then that's all the more reason to forgive her. No matter how much she apologises, nothing will change. But even so, she keeps apologising in such a heartbreaking voice. Hey you, the one she's apologising to. Why don't you just go ahead and forgive her? She's apologising in such a pathetic voice. We're almost there. Wake up. Okay, so I'm not doing the names because I can't actually say them and I can't remember how they're said, so I apologise for that. I was finally roused from my nap by my father's prodding. It seemed the train had reached its final stop. We spent hours riding everything from the bullet train to the local routes. It was hard to believe that the landscape beyond the window and the city I was in half a day ago were in the same country. No, that they were even from the same era. From there, we'd take a car deeper into the mountains. Past where the dense forests encroaching on the mountain road suddenly opened up. There, where I live now, Hinamizawa. I don't know if that's correct either. Even though we were approaching summer, the morning air still had a frigid bite. Although in exchange you could fill your lungs up with crisp, clean air. Flipping open the window, I was greeted with a verdant expanse. Nothing but trees. The neighbour's house was far away on the other side, so I was probably the only one enjoying that view and that air. I filled my lungs with another deep breath. Since I started living in Hinamizawa, I learned that even air had its own taste. I quickly finished getting ready for school and headed downstairs for breakfast. My mother was the only one there. My father was nowhere to be seen. He was probably up working until the early morning. Dad had a rather unconventional job as a painter. It's such a laid-back profession. Get up when you want, sleep when you want, and work when you want. I was so jealous of that easygoing lifestyle. I even wrote for school that I wanted to be a painter when I grew up. Dad was ecstatic about that. It was just because it looked easy. I'd never tell him that though. Mum laid breakfast out on the table. Seaweed, pickled vegetables, raw egg and grilled salmon. My mum was such a good cook, it was scary. A perfect, immaculate, ideal breakfast. Unlike my dad, who didn't even know the meaning of the word schedule, my mum never squandered any time or effort. She hummed a little tune as she brought over the miso soup. It seemed like she was in a good mood today. I'm so happy you've been waking up early since we moved here. If I don't wake up early, I won't have time to eat breakfast. I thought I was being cute, responding with a wisecrack after being praised for being good. Full bowl of rice, or will half be enough? Pile it on. First I savoured the steaming hot rice with the seaweed. After that, I covered it with the egg. Between bites of rice, I enjoyed the crunch of the pickles. Not bad at all. Excellent as usual. Watching me clean my plate, Mum gave me a warm smile. I'm so happy you haven't skipped breakfast ever since we moved here. I was not a morning person when we lived in the city. I slept right until the last minute before school and rarely ate breakfast. Boycotting the breakfast Mum made me each morning. That was probably the only way I could protest being forced to attend cram school. I guess that was what you'd call my rebellious phase. I wouldn't so much as look at the breakfast she woke up early every day to make. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself. Mindful of time, Mum rushed me along with a wide grin. Isn't it about time to meet up? Hurry, hurry. Mum really seemed to enjoy the fact that her son was going to school with a girl. Rena is one of my classmates. She really loves looking after people, coming to meet me every day without fail. The way I look at it, a guy my age walking to school with a girl was just lame. But well, keeping a classmate waiting for me every day wouldn't be very considerate. Seriously though, how long does she wait there for me every morning? Taking one last gulp of miso soup, I reached for the door. Please thank her for the pickles. Come to think of it, those pickles weren't store-bought, were they? If I'd have known that, I would have savoured them a bit more. Morning! Good morning! Okay, so this bitch is crazy. Yeah, she crazy. A cheerful greeting was as fresh as the morning itself. You're always so early. You should try sleeping in sometime. If I sleep in, I'll keep you waiting. She's so consensuous and such a good person. If that ever happens, I'll just leave you behind. You're so cold. I wait for you all the time. I'll leave you in the dust, without looking back. Why are you so mean? Why? She had a slightly troubled look on her face. Toying with her was rather fun because of how quickly her mood changed. I'm kidding, I'd wait for you. With those words, she seemed to relax. Her face flushed bright red. Ah, thank you. I'd wait forever until you came, no matter how long. Forever. She turned bright red, steam rising from her head as her brain short-circuited. She's especially weak to this sort of talk. It's quite rare to find someone this fun to tease. Have you ever read a romantic novel? Huh? I haven't. Never read any before. From that response, I gathered she was interested in them, but was too embarrassed to actually buy one. I couldn't imagine what would happen if she did read one. She'd probably turn red and pass out. Oh yeah, message from Mum. She says thanks for the pickles. It was nothing. You're welcome. How were they? Not too salty? They weren't that salty. Actually, they had a pretty light flavour to them. It would have been fine to just be honest and say they were good, but apparently I couldn't be that forthright. I'd like to ask something before that. Were you the one who pickled them? Or was it your mum? Huh? Why do you ask? Were they too salty? Her attitude completely changed as she began to panic frantically. Was it you, or was it your mum? Why are you asking who made them? Why? Depending on who made them, my opinion of them might change drastically. She counted frantically on her fingers, trying to remember the amount of salt she'd used to pickle them. It wasn't like I was trying to tease her, but I couldn't stop myself. Guys who take pleasure in this kind of thing are probably the worst. Guys like me. She nervously opened and closed her mouth over and over, trying to muster a response. It was me. Delicious. Huh? Pretty good, just like the last ones. They went perfectly with the rice. Her face went bright red again. She was completely spacing out. It truly was a lot of fun to tease her. I pray that she never gets taken advantage of by some lowlife. Keep at it. I'll train you until you handle it like the average person. Or so I decide for myself. Let's go. If we keep Mion waiting, Mion, is it Mion? If we keep Mion waiting, we'll never hear the end of it. Seeing as she just keeps spacing out otherwise, I called Rena back to the reality so we can make our way to school. This strange, easily flustered girl is Rena Ryugu. So confusing. I've only known her for about a month, but I've come to realise it's not just her name that's strange. And anyway guys, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time with another episode of When They Cry. Bye.